Welcome everyone, one and all, to my reaction to Season 3, Episode 1 of The Wheel of Time, To Race the Shadow. Oh my god, the day is finally here. The wait for Season 3 has been excruciating at best. It's been so long since I've been this, invested in a franchise and just waiting for the next one, you know? So, safe to say, I am bloody pumped to be getting into Season 3. Now, for anyone who is new here, we do only have one other episode of the show as a reaction, which is the Season 2 finale, and that is basically because I was watching the show on my own. It was just a chill show that I was watching in my own time, not doing reactions to and everything, but I loved Season 2 so much that I was going to watch the finale, and I thought, what am I doing? Why don't I just record a reaction? I love doing this. It is one of my favorite things in the world, and so why not, you know? And so after that, I was like, yeah, we're doing Season 3. We're definitely doing reactions to Season 3, but with where I'm at in the story, basically, I am a TV show watcher first and foremost. It is the thing that introduced me to the world. I did not know that the books existed until I knew during Season 2, but basically, I think 3 episodes of Season 2 were out when I started the show, so I binged Season 1, watched those 3, and then slowly got into it, found out about the books, all of that, and since then, I have read The Eye of the World, and I'm a few chapters into The Great Hunt. Now, the reason that I am still not too far in is because basically I only recently got medicated for my ADHD, and before then, reading was just, no, it wasn't going to happen. My brain could not do it. The attention span just did not exist. And so reading was always a struggle for me, but since getting medicated, oh my god, dived into The Eye of the World, I think it was like a week or 2 ago, read the whole thing, absolutely fantastic, and I'm now a few chapters into The Great Hunt, so very excited. But in terms of where I stand with the story and everything, basically, Season 1, really enjoyed it. I thought that it was a decent piece of television, not my most favorite thing in the world. I did think that television-wise alone, it did have some issues that I wasn't too fond of, but it still had me interested in the story. Season 2, however, absolutely adored it. Now, since reading The Eye of the World, I definitely understand people's issues with Season 1 a lot better. There's certain parts of the pacing and certain parts of the story that were changed that I just, it was painful, you know, knowing what could have been, but I get it. You do have to change things when you're going to a TV adaptation, and for all intents and purposes, in my opinion, from what I've seen and everything, they upped the quality so good in Season 2 that it kind of made up for the rough around the edges parts of Season 1, you know? So I have not read the books that cover the story in Season 2, so obviously I can't comment on that, but where I stand with Season 2, I loved it. I thought the finale was amazing. I loved every part of it. The only part that even as a TV show watcher felt a little bit off upon reflection to me was how quickly the fight with the Shamiel went. It was just a little too quick. Not much happened at the top of that tower, but it is what it is. What's done is done. I hope that they have listened to people's opinions throughout, because even though I have found that some people have been way too critical, some people have given some really good, what's the wording? Why is it left me? Productive feedback. That is not what I'm looking for, but I hope you know what I mean by that. Constructive. That's it. Constructive feedback. There we go. Yeah, I see some really good constructive feedback. So I do hope that they've learned from that and we're going into Season 3 being even better. I mean, I've seen about 15 seconds of the first trailer, and that alone has shown that this season is going to be so fucking high in terms of quality. So I am excited. In terms of what we're doing reaction-wise, channel and everything, basically, I do university as well. I do uni and this both as part-time, so together they are now full-time. So most days of the week I am working and everything, which does mean that introducing this show into my already full schedule means that it will have to take last place in terms of my work for the week and everything and making sure that I get everything out. So I cannot promise a consistent day or anything, but I do promise that it is my personal goal to get at least one episode of this out a week. If you go over to Patreon, it will always be an episode ahead just because it's what I do over there. You know, we always stay at least one episode ahead just because it is a lot easier to edit as well. It does not take me nearly as long as when you're putting it on YouTube. But yeah, if you need another episode, it will be over there. But otherwise, weekly, these will be coming out episode by episode. I just cannot give a day at the moment because it's just when it fits in, you know? But yes, on that note though, so excited. It's bubbling out of me. The show came out at 8 a.m. It is currently 8:15. I got up just to watch this. So apologies if I seem a little bit tired, but I was not going to wait. You think when I know it's coming out at 8 a.m. I'm gonna get up and have a chill morning? Absolutely not. I'm jumping right in. But yes, on that note then, very excited to get into it and just see how everything goes. So without further ado, let's go. Ah, we're back. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, this is crazy.
It's time, Mother. She'll be all right.
Today isn't about her.
What do you mean today isn't about her? Was that like a little sharp edge? A little stab?
Yemen has requested a sitting of the hall. She's called you to the floor.
Oh, are they charging her for being a part of the Black Aja? Oh, this is so cool. I was hoping we get more like White Tower politics. Alanna, one of my absolute favorites.
Mother has deemed this a sitting sealed to the hall and to the Red Aja.
Oh.
Leandra and Sadai will speak for the Reds today, but you will not.
It's hard because, yeah, that is dodgy that you're not letting the people that she's close to in there. It feels like you're already tipping the edge in your favor, but if only 11 are required by tradition, then it is what it is.
I've never courted your favor, and frankly, I'm glad of it, knowing what I now do about you.
Oh, is she gonna turn it on her?
Had met Moiraine Sadai and a young man who could channel.
Okay, so she's using this. I hope Swan has thought this through and has a contingency.
I know what most women in this hall do not. That you, Leandra and Garane, can break the 3 oaths.
Oh, it's been said.
You have no proof.
The hall calls Nynaeve Elmira to the floor.
I was gonna say, you've got 3 witnesses, basically. Shit. That's even worse though, isn't it? Like, if you're accusing her of being a dark friend, that is like bad enough. To then say that she took, stole, and sold 3 young girls to the Sanchen? Like, for Aes Sedai, that is horrendous. That is appalling to put a fellow sister into that situation. Holy shit. So I fear this will not be going down well for Leandrin, which terrifies me though, because I don't think she's going to go down without a fight. I just hope that all of these sisters are prepared to fight, if you know what I mean. Because if she catches them off guard, and that's the other thing, is this going to be an uprising though? Because if they accuse Leandrin, then this is the start of everything. Are there going to be people who are in this hall who currently we don't know are dark friends, and they'll join her in the fight, you know? Guess we'll see. Oh, one thing I will say though, if you are new to the channel, we do pause, we do discuss. If you don't like that, I'm sorry, I gotta do it. If I don't get my thoughts out now, I won't remember them by the end, and what's the point of a reaction? You know what I mean? So we do pause throughout and have little discussions, so just fair warning.
I tried.
Yep. Nice. They're not gonna cut her off, are they?
Betrayed us all. You will be tried still.
Join me!
Oh my god, how many? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's full out civil war! Oh my god! Oh! Oh my god! Oh, shit. No, Alanna, do not turn your back. Gullipop, do not turn your back. Oh yeah, what was Veren's plan?
Inside are our strongest, Ungrial and Ungrial. Protect these alone. There are few we can trust here.
I mean, can you trust those two fully? I don't know.
Jasmine, help us get inside.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I can feel it. I can feel them dying. It's so good.
Oh, my God. Things like this are so hard, aren't they? Because these are your friends. These are people you have known your whole lives. How do you fight them? You know, it's that classic case of like when you are the person who is like the good one and you are the one who sees them as friends, when they start attacking you, you're not going to come at them with the same level of ferociousness because you're just not, you know, that's your friend. That's someone you've known for years, whereas they are fighting to kill. Oh my, this has been such, such a crazy opening for episode 1. Like, wasn't it season 2 that when they released those first 3 episodes, they were like really slow. They were really like slow to get into it. And I think it was episode 1 and 2 were a little bit like, okay, what's going on? And then episode 3 was like, oh shit, things are picking up. No, they took that and they just threw it in the bin. They've gone straight into this. Oh my God. Got that image of the other sitters just like getting up, joining Leandra, and that was so good.
Finally, I don't have to listen to your bullshit anymore.
I was wondering. Wait, what is that? Oh, does it put them to sleep? I knew we couldn't trust them, for goodness sake. Let's go, Alanna. I like how they've got like, we're seeing their different Ajas. Like we're seeing the yellows try and heal people in the battle.
Link with me.
Link, oh no. Oh God. Jesus. Yeah, Moiraine, things are not going well, my darling. We might need you up there. I want to know population sizes. Like, what proportion of Aes Sedai are part of the Black Aja?
Who are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say the weave that she did was mental based. Wow. Swan, they have a bunch of Ungrials. Alana, no. Oh no, please don't have any of these three go. I love them all. God, Tarvalon is about to get fucked. Oh my god, pop off. We're not gonna get out of this unscathed. Oh, almost.
Alana signaled. She's at the south gate.
Oh god. I'm terrified, guys. Like, there are so many people that I don't want to get hurt, but we're dealing with all-out civil war here. And also, like we were talking about, the Black Aja are people who, like, they do not care. They are here to kill. They will do anything. So, shit. Like, don't get me wrong, Alana is a badass, and so are her two warders. Like, I'm sure they're going to be able to hold them off, but they can't hold them off indefinitely. You guys have got to get there to help them. But even then, a character like Liandrin, I feel like, taking us out of the show for a moment and thinking about it logically as a story and everything, Liandrin as a character is someone who you're not going to kill off this early. You're just not going to do it. She adds so much to it, and being the first Dark Friend that we fully focused on, well, not Dark Friend, but first member of the Black Aja that we fully focused on, I don't think they're going to take her out this early, so it scares me that other people we love are going to go, and I'm not ready. Dead! Oh my god! Oh! I feel like Moiraine's going to come around and get Swan. Oh! No! No! Oh, God. Oh, is her warder going to save her by jumping in front of it? Yeah, I thought that was coming. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry.
No!
That is horrible. That is just genuinely horrible. Moiraine? Oh. Oh, I love that. Kind of like electricity. Rosamund Pike is just such an incredible actress. So much was said there without needing to be said. You know what I mean? I love her so much. Fantastic choice for Moiraine. Imagine they just kill off Nynaeve. That'd be insane. They wouldn't, though. They would not make that big of a decision. I feel like Nynaeve's going to be in the books at least for a while from where I'm at. I hope she never goes, but Christ, that is a lot of Aes Sedai to lose. Not only are you losing Aes Sedai in terms of numbers of people killed, you're also losing Aes Sedai in terms of people who are just simply part of the Black Aja. Like, that's so many numbers that have been diminished. This is insane. I did not think we'd start, like, civil war immediately in episode 1.
One of the most powerful Sa'angreal is there.
Ah.
In a fortress called the Stone of Tyr. It's a sword, Kalendor.
I can't remember if we've covered that before. Interesting. So what, has the horn, like, completely changed him? Has he got, like, a bigger connection to past lives?
Wherever we go, we do it together.
Hell yeah. I will say, though, it feels like a journey that Rand can only do on his own. Like, to be completely honest, like, I just feel like it's a nice safety net having you all. I completely agree with that. But in terms of this being a story, it has to be something that Rand does on his own, surely. I think all of them have got their own battles ahead of them. You know, I think they've all got their own journeys. I think that they can still be together in spirit, and they can be together in terms of them doing this for each other. But I think physically, you've all got your own parts that you need to play now. One thing I did want to check was, I always forget. I know there are Sa'angreals and there are Tur'angreals, right? Oh, there are 3. So there's Ungreals, Tur'angreals, and Sa'angreals. Oh, my brain, I cannot pronounce any of them. But an Ungreal is an object that allows those who can channel to draw more of the one power. So yeah, that's what I have in my head of what an Ungreal is. So what's the difference between that and a Sa'angreal? Okay, so it's just that they're basically Ungreal that are rarer and more powerful. Okay, that makes sense. And then Tur'angreals are, as long as I'm understanding this correctly, I think they are objects that like perform a specific function and don't necessarily need the one power to be used on them. They just like do their function. Whereas the other two are more so that they give you a boost. But Sa'angreals are like more powerful. That is my base understanding of all 3. Do let me know down below if any of that is incorrect though, because It could all be incorrect for all I know.
I would ask you all to stay here, but I know you'll do as you wish. Who in turn will speak quietly to the innkeeper at the upriver run, who is a woman who reports every suspicious newcomer directly to the Red Arja.
I love that so much.
I don't want any of you near another Aes Sedai.
Oh, wow.
We sail for Tyr at dawn.
Okay, I was thinking that we were going to get, like, for instance, at least Nynaeve and Egwene back in the tower learning, but no, apparently not.
Come on, one last hurrah.
Ah. The books have really helped with my love of the group as well, a little bit more. Like, all 5 of them.
I can warn you, stay here.
I don't know if that's how that works.
You have not earned that title.
Oh, wow.
Or the right to lead us.
Interesting.
You are a wetlander through and through.
Not lived up to it so far, it seems.
When he touches me, I can't. I remember her.
Oh, wow. Oh, we're actually delving into, like, the psychological trauma of it all.
And I think I'm all right, but then
Unfortunately, I don't think it leaves you.
every night, I see her in my dreams.
Oh, my sweetheart. I'm so sorry.
Oh, there's not enough ale in the world to deal with this.
Here we are.
Interesting. Considering what I know of how that battle should have gone.
May we all halubitana basho tu hapbosa an kalboko. Oh shit,
You did it again, but also, what the fuck was that? Ginger lady's like, what? That looks like her to me. I know those sharp features.
I have no intention of allowing Randall Thor anywhere near the Aes Sedai.
You still think it matters what you intend?
Oh, damn, Perrin. I mean, she's got a point, to be fair.
Today, I was attacked by a woman I watched grow from girlhood. I trusted her, without question.
Yeah. Yeah, this has brought up a few things in my mind. I mean, firstly, it's very easy to look at, say, like what Perrin did and opening it up, revealing all of the Sangreals and just allowing her access to them, thinking she was safe and everything. But when she puts it like that, known her since girlhood and everything, it's like, it does make sense. Like, you do grow up with these people. You think you know them in and out. You think you know who they are as people. So to have someone change so drastically like this, it would break your brain. You know, you'd be like, what do you mean? But also, it is really concerning with the Black Arja, isn't it? Because there are certain weaves that they, like the general population of Aes Sedai, may not know. There are certain weaves that have been kind of like lost to time, certain bits of knowledge lost to time. For instance, the whole idea of tying off weaves was a piece of knowledge that the Forsaken had, that general Aes Sedai had lost over the ages, you know, and so it does really concern you, because even if they may have a fewer number, which we don't even know that, you know, we don't even know the population size at this point, but even if they were to have a fewer number, to have access to these objects that are going to enhance their power means that any of this lost knowledge, they're going to be able to have access to, and with these objects, then have the power to do it themselves, which is going to be insane. It feels like we are nowhere near an even playing field at this point.
I don't know what the wheel will bring, but I know you'll make the right choice. Are you leaving?
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
All right.
He's definitely, of all of them, the one who seems to be the most distant.
What is it?
Oh, God. Oh. Oh, she wanted to be seen. Oh my God. This is terrifying.
The other chosen. They couldn't care less if Rand joins the shadow or breaks the wheel. They just want him dead.
Yeah, that's the vibe we've got from Maggedian, at least.
They tie him to the boy he used to be, not the man he must become.
I do agree with that, unfortunately.
Much like I know the other chosen. You know these kids.
You think I will hurt them to get him to do what we want?
I think you'll do anything to get the wheel to weave a certain way.
It's the only thing I like about you.
I mean, if we're being honest, like, I love... Moiraine is one of my favorite characters in the show. I love her in and out, but I'm not going to sit here and deny that she is absolutely going to do what's necessary. There's not a shadow of doubt of that in my mind, but intriguing. I wonder what the plan is to get Rand to leave them all. I wonder what it is to have the group basically split up. What will be the catalyst that does that? Will it be multiple catalysts? Will it be specific to each individual person? Or is there going to be one significant thing that is going to change everything? I'm still so intrigued about Lanfear's goals, though, because she is one of the Forsaken, but it's weird. Like, she cares for Rand in a way that, obviously, as we got, Ishii and Lanfear were the two that we understood were the closest to Rand. They were the two who have this biggest bond to the Dragon Reborn and everything. But even then, it's like, I don't know, I cannot decipher what her purpose is going forward, what her thoughts are. Is she a lone party? Is she someone who just wants to do anything? Like, she just lives for herself? Or is she still sworn to the Dark One and wanting to do the Dark One's bidding? You know, it's really hard to read her because it doesn't seem like she's a Dark Friend, you know? It doesn't seem like she's actually a Forsaken anymore politically. But then what does she want? What are her goals?
Go to the tower, though, and get your Valkyrie blade. If I'm wrong, we kill her.
Valkyrie blade, what is that? If I am meant to know, let me know down below, though, like if it's been mentioned in a past season.
Mother,
Oh.
I expect to see you back in your novice whites tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Enjoy what freedom remains to you.
So that's Elayne's future path decided, but these two.
I can't undo the choices I made, but now the Black Arja have attacked the tower.
I was wondering if Moiraine asked Swan to go here, but it doesn't seem as though that's the case. She came here on her own volition.
He'll become a greater danger to himself and those he loves, because the more men channel, the more they go mad.
I mean, from what we've heard, that is just a fact.
She's right, Egwene. We're not strong enough.
It is just true. It is.
Not against the Forsaken or the Black Arja.
Like, unfortunately, all personal stuff aside, like, it is just a fact. You're not.
On one condition. I go through the arches. Today.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh my god, we're just doing it. Okay. My god. Oh, I'm scared, though, because it plays with you. Like, it plays with your thoughts and feelings and everything. Are we going to see Rhaena again? Was that her name, Rhaena? I'm happy that I've forgotten it. I'm happy that I'm not sure.
It's not just what you see in there.
It's what it does to you, I know. You went through a lot.
The memories you're left with.
Yeah.
The questions about what might have been.
I'm glad we're finally getting into this. Like, with Lan.
But we've both given up what we really wanted. You know that too.
Are you doing that again by staying with Rat?
Oh, I really hope that Lan is doing this out of a place of genuinely wanting to help her, not to convince her.
The Karakarn has no use of me, and this wetland city is not safe. I can look after myself.
What is this?
You can take this if you like.
I love Elayne.
He's not used to having power, Rand.
Mm-hmm.
Command doesn't sit so easily on his shoulders.
Definitely, you could tell it makes him uncomfortable.
Start by not making an enemy of Avienda.
She's made it very clear she wishes anyone but me was the Karakarn.
And yet she's still here.
Yeah, you gotta work on your relations.
Make them believe in you, and they will follow you to the ends of the earth, including Tia.
Bless Rand, he is just someone who wants to go back to his little farming village, you know, and just, like, live a simple life, but he just can't. Okay. Who is that at the front? Is that Swan? I can't tell. No, oh, that's Egwene. Oh, shit.
You're sure he's gone?
Oh, it's gonna play on their relationship with Rand, of course.
The ambulance seat. You're just in time.
Yellow and green.
Steel yourself, sisters.
Oh my god, all the blood. Wow. I'm torn on that. A part of me is not happy that we didn't get to see it, but then another part of me is, to be honest, because we got to see so much with Nynaeve when she went through the trials and everything, and we got to see basically what it is. We understand how they work in a sense now, and even though it's individual to everyone, you know what it takes, and you know that it is a challenge in a sense, so we knew what Egwene had to do there, basically. So I'd say I'm more so sit on the side that I'm not too mad that they didn't show us the actual trials there. Showed us enough to know what happened, but it was obviously a hard battle, let's just say that. That was so cool, though. I know that obviously they're, like, quite young to be in the positions that they were, but getting to see them actually, like, in their Arjas, full-fledged Aes Sedai, and then you got bloody Egwene there as the Amyrlin seat, it was like, oh, shit, okay. Maybe this is a slight look into the future, I guess we'll see.
They could be waiting there for me to take it. I could be walking into a trap.
So what do you want to do then?
Good point. Very good point.
You want to wait?
If we're not going to do that, then what, Rand? What? Yep.
Yes.
To the
You
rivers.
can't.
There are people I can trust.
And what will your army of farmers do against the shadows when the waters are bloated with the swollen bodies of your family and friends?
Yeah, like I get it, Rand, I do. That just is not what can be anymore. It's not. It's done.
You are Egwene Alvear, accepted of the White Tower.
Is this part of the trial still? Ooh,
Where are you going?
with Rand.
I have the ring. I'm an accepted now,
Yep.
so you can't keep me here.
Oh my god.
My duty is to the light, not you.
But do you get to keep the ring if your duty is not to the tower? You know what I mean? Like, what are the politics of that? Intriguing.
It's very old.
These two are still very close then, it seems.
The kings of Markia was my father's.
Oh, of course. Oh my god, I knew that, like, name sounded familiar. Okay.
His power rolled
Ah.
Like rats have a lock blade.
She killed a Shamil.
Wait, actually, no, I need to look that up. I can't remember if the rule is that you can't make weapons or you can't use the one power as a weapon. That's throwing me off now. Yeah, okay, so in the show, the second oath reads to make no weapon with which one person may kill another then. Okay. And then 3 is never to use the one power as a weapon, except in the last extreme defense of her own life or the life of her warder or another Aes Sedai. Yeah. Okay, then. So, yeah, these must have been made way before then. They must be like very old weapons. Do correct me down below if that is wrong though. I don't mind getting like minor spoilers even if they're like book knowledge, just with like specific items and like things that we're meant to know, if you know what I mean. Like I don't mind stuff like that. I'm happy to know things like that. I just don't want like major story spoilers, you know, so refrain from those, but definitely let me know if I'm wrong about the oaths or when these swords were made, etc., you know.
Do you want to play an Aiel game?
Oh, I'm scared.
It's called Maiden's Kiss.
Why is Elayne backing off? Oh no.
Now we kiss. If it's good, the spears move back.
If not, they get closer?
Bad.
Oh, Elayne, you are fucking serving this episode. Oh my god.
What's it like without Egwene and Nynaeve?
Aw, lonely.
Lonely.
Yeah.
Avienda.
Okay, it happened. I was waiting. What does this mean, though? Because she's going to be queen. Finally. That's crazy, Elayne. Oh, wow. He's still got, like, a bad scar. Ugh. Oh, are these two? Because I was struggling to understand the relationship between Rand and Egwene, in this episode, like the way they described it and everything. So obviously they were apart from each other for so long in season 2 that it was hard to pick up what was going on. So given that they are like in close quarters and it seems like they are being somewhat intimate, I would take it that they are in a kind of like, I don't know if they're in a relationship though. That's the weird thing. I feel like that it's kind of like complicated at this point, but they're being quite intimate and close with each other. But obviously that makes a lot more sense when Egwene was talking about the when he touches me, because bless her. It must be a lot for her to process, especially after going through the arches. My god, that must be playing on her even more now being close to Rand.
I'm not afraid of you, Rand. I'm with you until the end.
I think you should be spiritually, but I don't think you can go on this journey with him, my darling. I think you still need to learn a lot in the tower.
I want to try.
Oh, my darling. I know why she wants to. She wants to fight through it, and that might work, you know, like exposure therapy, but I don't know, my darling. I wonder if the yellow Aja can do like mental healing, you know, like a way to help you through mental trauma. Okay, so that's still playing on Perrin then. Not surprised. Oh my god, who is that? Is it another Forsaken?
You can suddenly speak the old tongue. Your memory is all over the place. You're not sleeping.
I like that it's Nynaeve telling him, like, that feels so Nynaeve.
They just keep running in my head at 100 miles an hour, and that's why I can't sleep. It's because every time that it's quiet, I can hear. I can hear.
Interesting.
Pain. There's people screaming and sobbing.
Is it specific memories from like a certain period of time, or is it like all the memories of past lives?
Some of them speak like us, but mostly it's an old tongue.
Yeah, so it's multiple lives then. I wonder why he has that connection, but Perrin and Rand do not.
I don't know how, but I'll try.
Hell yeah. I mean, not just obviously because of Egwene's trial and everything, kind of like speaking to that, but just with Nynaeve as a person and what we've seen so far, I would think that of all the Ajas, Yellow would definitely be the one that Nynaeve would fit into the best. Like, it feels so right for her, you know? Speaking of the arches, Elayne being in the green Aja, I don't know. I can see it. I really can, but with like the way she presents herself and everything because of her upbringing, it doesn't give green to me. But then who's to say that's like the real Elayne, if you know what I mean? So I think Elayne could fit into a lot of them, but Nynaeve just feels so yellow coded. I would be shocked if she wasn't in yellow, so it's nice that she's agreed to help him and kind of like go down that healing path again. Oh, are those the Heroes of the Horn?
Are you seeing this?
They're giving me the vibe of the people that we saw come out the Horn. Oh. Now who the fuck are you? Oh! What the fuck? No, Moiraine. No. Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, it landed in his hand! Jesus Christ! Good idea. Okay, so they're based in the mirrors. Nice, bro, but uh-oh. Is it Moiraine actually channeling this? Like, is that what this is? Or has she, like, got someone else to help? Interesting. Very interesting that obviously this is somehow, for some reason, set up by Moiraine, and obviously Lan and Moiraine are always sort of like in the same mindset with stuff like this, but that was an intriguing part of their relationship for Moiraine to see that hearing Nynaeve call for help made Lan leave and go and help her. Almost as if her bond with Lan is not necessarily getting diminished, but more so that there is something else in his life that is important to him as well. And so that is a new dynamic that they're going to have to work through. Wow. But seriously, Moiraine, what the fuck is this? Good job though, mate. Oh, interesting. It locked Matt in. That wasn't even a Matt thing. That was a whatever it was locked him in place.
They found us, didn't they?
Nope.
The Forsaken found us.
I don't think so, my darling, but you're going to be led to think so.
You went a bit far. Axe?
Okay, makes sense. Because I was going to say, Moiraine can't, like,
No one
use her...
was to be harmed.
She can't hurt people with her weaves, right? Because her life wasn't in danger.
Grey eyes, blackened fingers. He walked right through the inn without anyone seeing him.
Oh my god, that wasn't her.
There is only one Forsaken who can create them. Get Rand out of the city now.
Oh shit! I was going to say the Nynaeve one seemed way too far. Like, way too far.
I couldn't channel, not in farm, not here.
I know, my darling.
I knew I had to go back to the tower. I just didn't know how to tell you.
Yeah. It's been obvious she needs to. She needs to learn how to get rid of her block.
I'm gonna stay. If anyone can fix me, my head, it's her.
I mean, this has been a long time coming. From the start of the episode, I knew that this is how it had to be. It sucks that we had to push this, you know. It feels wrong, but it's a means to an end. Was that his wedding ring, I'm pretty sure?
Everything's ready for your journey home.
Home?
I owe you to.
Oh, okay. Well, hell yeah.
Where she goes.
Hell yeah, you got little bodyguards. What is that? Am I an idiot? Oh, I hate that I don't know.
A ring worn by many, the most powerful women Valkyrias too.
Is this like proposal vibes or more of a...
I would want no other woman as my queen knight.
Oh my...
Life we might have lived.
Was not expecting this. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm really happy the amount of things we've covered in episode 1, to be honest with you. I know people might have issues with the pacing, but so far I do not.
You are Randolph, no matter what you may become.
Oh, I like that. Remember who you are no matter what you may become.
You are the Karakar, and whether you or I like it.
So is Egwene going with them then?
You, as yours is to
I was
you.
not expecting this.
We're not going to Tyr.
Oh.
A place to find the army I need to fight the Shadow.
Sunchen?
We're going to the Eye Waste.
Oh. Oh my god, I just had a memory of people talking about this. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was like a Reddit, but it was something that I saw and people were saying the... Oh no, I remember exactly what it was. It was a Rosamund Pike little interview thing, which was basically her saying that, obviously I haven't read the books and all that, but she was saying that in one of the books, it's like Rand goes to the Eye Waste and it's like very important to his character, but because of like the setting of the TV show, because of the pacing and having to move things forward quickly, changing media, they had to like speed up him going to the Eye Waste. So that's all I know though. I don't know what the importance of the Eye Waste is though, so that will be interesting. But I wonder if we're going to cover both though. I wonder if we're going to cover him getting Calendor towards the end of the season, and this is going to be like maybe like the first half will be Aiel Waste focused. Guess we'll see, but yeah, exciting. Oh my god, I was really hoping we get to see some of the Forsaken. I did what our master asked of me.
You know what happens if we break our dark codes?
Oh my god, she is fucking creepy in the best way. Oh.
That's your block. I'm freezing it.
Oh my god.
I'm only going to ask one last time. Do you want to be courageous?
I love her. She is fucking terrifying. Ooh. What was that? Girly Pop, you are creepy as fuck, but you know what? I'm loving the portrayal. Sick so far. Is that how she makes the gray men? Is that like, was that an example of creating one, you know? Also, thank God I paused there because I think there's like a little spoilery thing after this of like coming this season, you know, which I do not want to see, but holy shit, what an episode. Oh my God. So much happened. We'll talk about it in a second. So yes, there we have season 3, episode 1 of The Wheel of Time, and I really loved it. Genuinely, I loved every second. I would understand if a criticism might be the pacing, because I don't know how big of a focus they had on the books, but when we consider like some of the main areas that we covered this episode, they did happen very quickly. So without that like prior knowledge of reading the book or anything, it's not been too much of an issue for me, but I would get it if that's a problem, because when we do cover what happened, it was a lot. We started with obviously the civil unrest to then the beginning of the civil war between the Arjas and between the White Tower and the Black Arja and everything. Then we moved into seeing where everyone was going to go and everything, getting an update on everyone. Lanfear meeting with Moiraine and Lan, to then everyone being attacked, to then seeing this white guy who was sent by another Forsaken. We also got an engagement between Nynaeve and Lan, which was crazy. Did not expect that. We had the beginning of something between, is it Avienda? Avienda, that sounds right to me, and Elayne. And I feel like I've even missed some other aspects as well. Like, we had a lot to go through, so that is one area that I would understand if people did have an issue with. But me personally, honestly, I really enjoyed it. I thought that we spent enough time on the things that I was interested in the most. I think the opening with the whole Civil War stuff was really good, because ending with basically a lot of characters having knowledge that Liandrin was a dark friend and part of the Black Arja would have been problematic if it wasn't brought up quickly, because I think if you had left it too long, it would have started to get unrealistic in terms of why are we not bringing this up? Why are we not trying to deal with this issue? It was a major surprise seeing just how many of the sitters were actually part of the Black Arja, because it's one thing having certain members of certain Arjas being part of it and it being a problem and everything, but it's another thing seeing these people who are in like big positions of power within the White Tower, having that many of them be sided with the Black Arja was crazy. I was not expecting that at all. I think even in the episode before it happened, I said out loud that, oh, I wonder if like anyone in this room is with her. Was not expecting. I think it was about 6 of them in the room. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Maybe like 5 plus Liandrin being the 6th. I just remember having 6 in my mind. So there was that. There was also the lady who betrayed Perrin, which was kind of crazy. I mean, I had a little bit of an issue then thinking, Perrin, why do you think that you can trust these people? But I have to be reminded, obviously, especially with Perrin's age and everything, most of the people that she knows in her life and all that, she has known from when they were like kids, from when they just joined the White Tower. And so to have the idea of who this person is in your mind completely flipped is crazy. And also that lady was also in last season as well. So even we as an audience had memory of who she was and had a vibe of who she was and what she stood for. So to have that completely flipped was insane. But obviously with the Aes Sedai not being able to lie, it's hard for them to accept that anyone around them would be untrustworthy, you know, because surely if you're an Aes Sedai and you have all your sisters and everything, they are the people that you can trust the most. They are the people who, knowing that they can't lie to you, yeah, they can make the truth a little foggy, but you as an Aes Sedai are familiar with that as well, and you'd be able to read when they're trying to make it foggy, you know, so they are the people that you would trust most. And so to have an idea that there are just these secret members that can lie so easily to your face is so weird. I wonder what the politics of the White Tower are going to become as the season goes on, because you can't trust anyone anymore, even your closest advisor. Luckily, most of the people in that room who survived, you can 1000% say are not with them. Like, if you were part of the Black Arja, you would have got up and helped. My concern is, if I was them, and I was thinking strategically, I would think, right, let's leave, at least with the people who are sitting and everything, let's leave at least one person who we do not reveal is a part of the Black Arja, so they can stay in the inner circle, they can be trusted the most, and feed us information, you know. That is definitely what I would do, so there is still that concern, but yeah. Guess we'll have to see as things go on. But as we were talking about, we also had so many other areas. We are leaving off with everyone going their separate ways, which I do agree with. I think that that was the most logical choice for everyone. And also, it just feels like they all have their own paths to go on. Like, before starting the episode, I felt that way. I felt like they all had their own journeys. The one person I'm surprised about is Egwene. I was expecting Egwene to go to the White Tower, so I am curious. Don't tell me, because let's just reiterate. The things that I don't mind spoilers about are objects, especially if they're objects that I'm meant to know about and I have forgotten. I do not care at all if you give me that information. That covers everything, to be honest. If there is anything in season 1 or 2 that was covered that I have personally forgotten and get confused about, definitely let me know down below. I am very happy for you to tell that. If anything, I want you to tell me, because that is handy. But other than that, if there's like objects that are helpful to know that may not get fully explained, do just let me know. Like, I don't mind that, but don't give me any spoilers that are story related, because I want to vibe with the show as it is. You know, I want to experience it for the first time through the show, because honestly, I know that some people have issues with the TV show and all that, and it's obviously going to be less detailed, but through watching obviously season 1, 2 and all that, and then reading The Eye of the World, I think my preference is to watch the show first, because I'm someone who, when I read fantasy books especially, I get so caught up on the imagination aspect of having to imagine so many different things, because it is the type of books that are like most different from our world in that sense. You know, they do change so many things, and I don't know if I necessarily have a bad imagination, but I struggle imagining too many things at once. You know, like I like things to be specific. Like I don't like having to picture, for instance, the White Tower. I don't like having to picture what I think the White Tower is. I want to know what it is meant to be, you know? And so I always like having a show or movie as a basis before going into a book, because it then allows me to enjoy the book a lot more. Like, for instance, when they were going through the ways in Eye of the World, I could so much more easily understand a vibe of what the ways were like, you know? Even though they were like portrayed to be slightly different in the books, there's just a certain vibe that I feel like I wouldn't have been able to picture if I hadn't seen that. And also just the characters as well. I like having a face to people, you know, like when I'm picturing Moiraine, I picture Rosamund Pike, you know, and I it's just a preference that I have, you know, so definitely don't give me spoilers. Oh my God, definitely don't give me story spoilers. There we go, because I want to experience that on my own. But yeah, it was really nice getting into the show after having read The Eye of the World, because it definitely gave me a better perspective of, one, the characters and their relationships with each other. I feel a lot more immersed and a lot more, how do I word this? Like, they mean a lot more to me, even though I was already attached to most of them. There is just a certain element, like even the little bit of Elayne that we got in The Eye of the World, it like kind of like made me a little bit more bonded with her than I was after season 2, you know? And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and like, when I read through these books, somehow expect them to perfectly line up with the show. Like, I don't mind if they change things. Honestly, it's just my preference with watching the TV show first, you know? I don't mind things going differently and characters going differently and being portrayed slightly differently. It's curious to be able to compare the two, you know? I actually quite enjoy it, to be honest. It's not a negative experience for me, at least. Probably because I'm going from watching the one that is like less detailed to then having the full explanation. I feel like it works better than going going the other way, is what I'm trying to say. Jesus, stumbling over my words now. But yeah, what were other parts of the episode we haven't talked about then? Oh yeah, the trials. That's the one area that I feel like was skipped over a little bit too quickly. I was mentioning at the time that I didn't mind that they skipped over that first arch and all that, and I was like, okay, don't mind, because you get the gist of what happened. They obviously fought Rand, it got bloody, all of that. But one thing that I didn't like was that it was over. You know, I wanted to like get some aspect of what was in each arch, get some aspect of like what was going on there, to just get one and it be skipped over so quickly. I don't know how I feel about that, but that being said, it did play quite well into Egwene's mindset, because by skipping over it so quickly, it kind of showed how she was just wanting to get it done quickly. She was wanting to get out of the way. Like, I'm just going to get this ring, as you said, and I'm off. Bye. So in that sense, I think it did speak well to it, but yeah. I was just really expecting Egwene to go back to the tower, to be honest, because it is one thing being naturally powerful. I'm not going to knock that at all. Like, Egwene so far, I would say, is the one that we've seen the most raw power from, at least in the TV show. And so I'm not knocking that. It's just power and knowledge are very different. And so I would have expected her to have gone back to the White Tower, because yeah, the Sanchen would have given her some level of knowledge when it came to being able to use her weaves and everything, because obviously they need to give their Adame some level of understanding to then be able to perform. But I think the way that the Sanchen use the One Power is very different from the White Tower, and I feel like your connection to the One Power kind of becomes tainted in your mind through the trauma. So very curious to see going forward what Egwene can do, because without that prior knowledge of actually studying, I don't know if we're going to be seeing her be like slightly weaker than Nynaeve and Elayne to be compared to, you know? Guess we'll see as the show goes on, but speaking of those two, one thing that I'm very excited about is, one, we had a big focus on Rand this episode, which I was hoping for. I really hope that that is something that we get going forward. Obviously, we do have Moiraine, Lan, Rand, Avienda, and Egwene going together, so that is a big group of people, but I do hope that Rand is still a focus, because, as I said previously, I didn't have a huge issue with the portrayal of Rand and everything until I finished the whole show. Like, I finished season 1 and season 2 and I looked back, because when I look at Rand as a character, the importance that he has on the story just does not feel that it has been shown very well so far. It is like my biggest gripe with the show, I'd say. It's the, and I don't necessarily think that it's to do with the portrayal or anything like that. I genuinely think that the show itself has just not been written in a way that has been able to show Rand as being as important as he should be being seen. So I hope now that he's been announced, I hope that now we're going on what I assume, based on what Rosamund Pike said, is going to be a very important journey for him in the Eye of Waste. I hope that we're going to get a big focus on him, because that is like one of the big areas that I'm looking for in season 3. So fingers crossed that's the case. But the other person that I really want to see advance is Nynaeve. I want to see her be able to work through her block, be able to get past that and actually start learning, because one part of season 2 that I really enjoyed, that I hope we get a lot of in season 3, but I know with the politics of the White Tower, we're not going to focus on it too much. I think we're going to focus on like the more serious stuff, but I want to see the learning, you know, I want to see learning weaves, learning the way to use the One Power. It's something that I always enjoy in every fantasy show when they have some kind of magic system. I like to see, one, the rules, the limitations, but also just like general learning. How does it go? How do you learn how to use it? We got a little instance of it last season, like when we had Alanna showing how to separate the dirt from the water and to clean the water. That was fantastic, and it was also a good showing of different colors of weaves, drawing on different elements and everything. But you know what I mean? I want to get some more teachings this season, so I do hope we get to see that as well. But yeah, overall, just an absolutely fantastic episode, and I cannot wait for the next one. I am going to be sitting down and watching episode 2 now. That will be going up on Patreon probably a week earlier than YouTube, just because it takes a while for me to get these edited, especially Wheel of Time, because it is episode 1 is 70 minutes, but the other ones are about 60, so they do teeter on the larger side when it comes to editing. So I can promise that we're going to do one a week. That is my goal. Can't promise when it's going to come out, but if you do want to get one episode ahead, they will be over on Patreon. But yeah, I am going to put a question time for episode 3, I think, because I didn't get it out before I did this, and I am going to record episode 2, and that is a Patreon thing that I do, where basically I'll put a question time out, you put your questions for the episode in question, i.e. episode 3, and then when I get to it, I will watch the show. I won't touch that post. Then when I'm done with the episode, I go to the question time post, read all of that, talk through it, and yeah, it's just a fun way for us to communicate if there's anything that you want me to like specifically focus on and talk about that you noticed, you know. So yeah, if you're interested in that, head over there. But either way, these are going to be coming out weekly, and I'm very excited to see how the show progresses. So with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.